This is going to be a fun one, guys. Have a ball.
It certainly could be. SMPR looking to try and grab a hold of that #1 spot. For those of you tuning in for the first time this season, #1 spot so big because it does get you that upper side of the bracket. You've then got to lose twice over the weekend in order to be eliminated. For everybody else, you only have that one life, and you might have to try and challenge that later on, as that's kind of not something you don't want to see your opponents doing to start off the game, Greg. And I don't want cool mechanics. I want whiffed long shots.
Yeah, the floor pinch there from Shazette, clearing it away and almost setting up a goal. But Evil Geniuses on the counter-attack, passing it middle, creating that pressure, turning the defense around. Great start for EG.
Let's have a look at this. Oh, that is actually fully intentional. I love that, because when you see that, it's either you've completely whiffed on the shot or you are looking out for it. And this is something that we have seen evolving in Rocket League very recently, Greg, and where people have started to realize how good the goal line defense is, and now they've got to start switching things up. And that goal significantly less impressive than the last one.
Yeah, we always take a kickoff goal in Rocket League, but not when it's like that. That ball just popping out to the side and pinching off of the kickoff taker Casio as he was landing. That's unfortunate there for SMPR, but there is always an element of chaos in Rocket League. It goes both ways. Eventually, SMPR will get rewarded back for it, but for now, they're having to fight back from a 2-goal deficit.
Going to have a orb scouring the globe as well, by the way, just to keep you all up to date with results later on, especially considering this could mean difference between upper bracket or elimination. Looking forward to speaking to him and discussing how right we are about this matchup. But for the time being, very far away from it. EG starting like a house on fire, just taking 2 early goals. Catalysm with Ivan up in support. Very difficult to create too much from that sort of angle. A huge demo from Chaussette. Doesn't quite get the recovery. Now an opportunity to try and set up, though. Oh, okay, Rizex. Quite far forward, but he made good contact.
Yeah, and Evil Geniuses right now, very solid in defense, really forcing SMPR to get creative. And their creativity doesn't really come from individual ability, from individual plays. It comes from the way they break teams down, they challenge well, and eventually open up those gaps and do a little passing play. But if there is one player who can get creative, it is Archie up there on the wall. I'm hoping to see a little bit more of them creating solo plays this split, because it's definitely the biggest gap between them and some of the teams that we idolize, like BDS and Dignitas. That's what really gets them the spotlight and why they seem so dangerous when they're playing at their best. But SMPR's simple game plan can definitely take tournaments.
Yeah, that is maybe one of the distinct weaknesses that I've always felt like with this sort of play style, where SMPR are a reactionary team at their core, and as good as they are at that, and as fantastic as they are at adapting, when you have got that play style, there is always that lingering part where you are relying on your opponents to not be at their top form. You are giving them the opportunity to show off what they can really do, and whilst that top form has to be exceptional to get past them, you're always going to find somebody. Somebody's going to have to be at that top form to win a tournament, and you're going to run into them at some point.
Yeah, we saw it at the full major. They countered Dignitas beautifully. It was a very close series, but they managed to challenge their way into goals and work together as a hive mind almost to break down the Dignitas defense. But as soon as they came up against BDS, you have a similar level of synergy, but have that extra level of creativity. That's where they couldn't quite be the difference. And I think this is going to be a real test for them, this split. Can they find that extra level, or are they always going to be stuck in that not quite the best in the region's position?
Well, speaking of test, this is certainly a huge one for Catalysm. From the off-season, was the standout player pretty much, as majority of the pros taking a well-earned break after a very hectic RLCS Season X. Catalysm was the one that kind of made a name for himself, and when he's in a lobby like this where we know we're looking out for Archie, he's also going to want to start putting his name into that kind of category, and he needs big tournament results to start earning those sort of accolades.
Yeah, and it's not just these kind of teams that Catalysm's going to be thinking about. He wants to make a name for himself long-term in the game. A lot of the best players in the world make their name on, top 8 teams that don't quite break through, and then either the team grows around that individual, and so we might see Evil Geniuses do that, or that individual finds a stronger roster. So for his own career, he's just going to keep doing what he's doing, keep showing that he's one of the best players in the region, and eventually make that name for himself.
We do have Ivan looking to try and add the third. Not really been much threat so far, as Casio just over the top. Catalysm easily taking control. Chaussette can't win the challenge either. It's been a very, very subdued performance from SMPR. need to try and pick this up. They are quickly running out of time. Ivan back in with teammates over there. Might even get the setup. There's Rizex. Third one, not going to be coming their way, but they have got the midfield support. Calism easily taking back control. And when it comes to pace, Evil Geniuses having them very thoroughly beat.
Just the defense here from SMPR is hard to break down, but they need more than defense to win a series, especially when they go down 2 goals at the beginning. I want to see a few more risks being taken by these guys, a little bit more of the Archie flair factor coming into play. But the way Evil Geniuses challenge in the midfield just makes it so hard to build any kind of pressure.
Well, that's something that SMPR have struggled with, where so many teams have developed fantastic ways of just wiping out the third man, getting rid of that midfield. So that one's also either missed or whiffed or, oh, it's not in, as Evil Geniuses have got the first game. And it is going to be done in very convincing fashion. SMPR need to wake up a little bit, because that was not the sort of performance that got them a top 4.
Oh, look at the shots in that game. That's such a slow-paced start to the series. I mean, there's only 8 shots in total across both teams.
And half of them were taken on like the first 30 seconds.
Exactly. So very much a midfield challenge game ahead there. So either team needs to work out a way to get past that midfield challenge game. But Orb, is there any interesting streams going on around the Rocket League stratosphere right now?
Listen, you always know there's amazing games going on, but the one thing we're going to focus on is the fact that Na'Vi is now officially going to be playing.
Ooh,
so
let's go.
I thought you were going to reveal bad news there.
Listen, we talked about like the potential, you know, if there's a will, there's a way. As long as you have hope, you know, if there's a chance of coming back, it's got to be tough. I mean, they still need to align it so Vitality.
Who have they got? They've got Vitality. No, they win that. They force a tie break. Oh, okay. I like this.
So this could be like the storyline. I love a good storyline, as we all do. It just makes the content of the matches and the series to follow so much better. I'm going to let you guys get back into the next game, but this is exciting.
Yeah, that Na'Vi storyline could be very interesting there. You know, they're going to be very motivated going into the K-Corp match, where K-Corp are probably thinking, oh, we have to play now? That's going to throw them off quite a lot. So potentially a little bit of the mental game there could be a factor to steal a win, especially as K-Corp, I don't think, really need to get a result. So that we'll see. We'll see anyway. But we are here.
Would be dragged into that 1-win zone. So maybe not.
Maybe not. I mean, we are here now, and straight off the bat, Evil Geniuses getting that first goal, pile driving the ball through on the goal line, and an early lead here for Evil Geniuses once again. SMPR need to get ahead and stay ahead, because they really do not seem to be finding a way to break down this Evil Geniuses side.
And it's another early goal. It's just, we could do with a little bit of variety here, SMPR, not just in the way that you're trying to attack.
Another one.
Oh, Rizex! That's a thing of beauty.
Rizex taking it down the sideline himself, getting that block, and then just going around Shazette at the final moment. This is what's so dangerous about Rocket League now, is these players have got such a good read in the challenge game. So if they're up front alone, they've got that ability to just throw themselves about, get a few predictions, and still be able to get back in time. Beautiful decision-making from Rizex, putting them 2 goals ahead. This is looking tough here for SMPR.
Hey, let's not talk about predictions right now, because we're not looking great collectively, all of us. I know some of you, 35% of you, tried to vote for EG. It didn't go that way. You've got to join with us now. You can't be like, oh, we knew better. Nah, we're all in this, all 4 of us. Myself, Gregan, Orb, Twitch chat. Just, we've got to come together and hope that we're not going to be embarrassingly wrong, as SMPR are being trounced by a rabid Evil Geniuses squad.
No goals yet. Not a single goal for SMPR. I know we're only in game 2 here, but it just doesn't look.
You get worried.
Yeah, you do get very worried. They just don't seem to have a way of getting past the challenge game of Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we have to reiterate so often of Rocket League. It can be done for you so quickly. You need 15 minutes to lose a series. That's it. And compared to, you know, an awful lot of competitions out there, that's relatively small. That's what you're dealing with in these early rounds. You've got to earn the right to have that best of 7. As Archie, this is a bit better, gets bumped out of the way by Catalysm. Here's the follow from Castillo, and that's going to hit the woodwork and bounce away from Shosset. Not the way he wanted to see that one going. But still, this is stronger right now, going to the ceiling. Maybe 1 too many steps. But at least this first step isn't just hit the ball over to our opponents, which is quite an improvement from what we got in the first game.
Oh, they are trying to make something of this play.
That was so delayed, mate.
Can't find the final blow there. They're trying to find a way through, but Evil Genius is just about holding on. But SMPR's certainly looking a little bit more creative now. They're looking to pass, looking to do unpredictable touches. And that's what you need at this level. You need to be unpredictable.
Oh, that's the sort of one, though, where I wish they had the little extra bit. Me and you were both watching the BDS series earlier on. You could just see that one being an infield pass from Archie if that was a BDS matchup. And that is the standard that all of these European teams are based upon, because that is, as has it always been for the last year or so, the team to beat. As Rizek's won again, he's feeling pretty confident on those challenges. He was willing to take a very awkward one on his own goal line. Pretty good to take one in the midfield. That's going to bounce quite awkwardly for everybody. Well, with 2 minutes left, no goals still.
Oh, brilliant.
And that's 3-0.
That's just brilliant there from Evil Geniuses. Ivan coming off the ceiling, dropping it down for his teammate, and that is an open net right there. Chazette with a loose clear, easily punished there by Evil Geniuses. They made that look so much more simple than it was. And this is a good sign for Evil Geniuses right now. Definitely one of those teams that wishes they'd made the major. They were in contention for that 5th spot, which Vitality ended up taking. So they're going to be coming into this split with a vendetta against anyone who doubted them, because they deserve to be in the top 5 if they can play like this.
I think your speech riled them up to potentially be a little bit more courageous this time around, Gregan.
Yeah, well, its consistency is key in the new format of RLCS. You cannot get away with having a bad event. And if you do, you then have to start thinking about winning events, which is really tricky in this highly contested region. So consistent top 4s, consistent top 8s is going to be the key for Evil Geniuses to make it, and then maybe a pop-off event where they make that final.
Yeah, I mean, the way the Europe's been, it's very difficult for us to get, repeat high results, apart from, typically Endpoint and BDS have kind of been the two for that. Dignitas making a case themselves in the latter half of the split as well. Catalysm almost wrongs foot Castillo, and he's going to steal the goal. Very much worth it. It's all yours, Catalysm. No help whatsoever.
If you're an Evil Geniuses fan right now, you are loving what you're seeing. The creativity on this team was something that was questioned at the end of last split. They seem to be playing reactionary, but right here, they are creating goals and making SMPR look defenseless.
6-0. An overall goal scored. SMPR have, looked much better. We've had a chance to pop into their team stream. They looked great. But unfortunately for them, they've now come onto the main broadcast, and it's not going well whatsoever. 1 minute left. Just try and get a pity goal, if anything. Because the way EG are playing, they are not just going to hand away 4 of them. Catalysm going to try and get over the top of Chaussette. And if Archie dared to get even slightly aggressive, it might have even gone over him. Evil Geniuses. What an improvement this has been. That's number 5. Rizex has the hat trick. And it is a now triple match point to EG.
Yeah, at this point, I don't mind the way these goals are going in. SMPR trying to force a goal here and there, but you can just see the difference in the air. Chazette slow to the ball, which allows that 50-50 to go in favor of Evil Geniuses. And it's just that slightly better mechanical skill from Evil Geniuses in those interactions that's allowing them to turn away and get a goal. We need to see...
All right, predictions, quick predictions before something goes wrong. Perfect sweep or not?
I mean, I just don't think... perfect sweeps are so tough to pull off. There's going to be one that sneaks
it was tough to pull off maybe 10 minutes ago, but now we've got 5 minutes left.
Okay. I'm gonna sit, because I know you love a perfect sweep. You love chaos.
I do love a cheeky not as good as the 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 series, but that's never happening for me.
Let's say I don't think there's going to be a perfect sweep, and I 100% think you're going to. You're going to predict the perfect sweep. There's no world where you don't.
I mean, there's a reason why I introduced the topic, Gregan, because of course I'm going to go for it. I need to get some sort of prediction right here. As SMPR, yeah, quite indeed. Oh, but we need some positives around here, bud. Have you got anything for us?
Listen, I gotta be honest with you. I'm just like, I really wish the score would be different. I talk so much about hope and a dream, and you gotta believe. It's wearing me down.
Perfect sweep. Are you on my team or Gregan's?
I mean, I like the I do like the look of a perfect sweep. I mean, that means there's one team.
He likes me more, Greg, is what he's saying.
I'm not going to take sides. I'm too new to take sides. But give me like a couple of weeks and I'll be like, no, Greg, no, definitely not with you.
You want the exciting thing, right? Or you want to see the perfect sweep. You know, it's special, it's magical. You know, you get to experience your first ever perfect sweep, you know?
Yes.
There's nothing more exciting than the least possible competitive series. Easy.
Listen, I want to see flashy plays, you know? But listen, just talking over some of the other results, you know, we're happy that Navi started playing, but right now it's looking like they may have hit a wall here with K-Corp. Currently 3-1. BDS, currently, we talked about steamrolling a little bit. It seems like that's what they're doing to Serious Nation. It's actually tied up now in game number 3. Just to give you guys some updates, but yeah, please get back into game number 3. Semper, surely we're gonna make a comeback here, right?
Wow.
Come on.
You got to believe eventually, right? I mean, we
believe, right?
We know the quality Semper has. And
you know, it's got really bad when we can usually put words to anything we see, and the best way we can describe it is, all right.
Is this it?
Off the backboard. Oh, go on, who's there?
There it is.
Hey, let's go, Cassio.
I told you. I knew that was going to happen right there. But
can I have like 2 wrong predictions in one series? Is that impossible?
Wow, that was some good breakdown play there from Semper, to be fair. They got Evil Geniuses caught on the goal line and played it around them a lot. So good to see that from them. But, you know, that's just one goal. We saw 5 goals from Evil Geniuses in that last game. So we know the scoring potential is there. We're going to need to see some more from Semper to secure this game here.
Yeah, certainly are. Can we have any goals scored, like, not in the first minute? I'm not counting the last 3 that we got in the previous game. Those are all pretty much nothing goals. There's Catalysm. I didn't quite find the reset. I had 5 boost, didn't really want to use it. Rizex in field. That should always be challenged. It is challenged. And Catalysm's got to take his time. Yeah, he wanted nothing of that 50 on the goal line.
Tried to get a post pinch, I think. He was waiting until the last moment, see if he could turn it into a counter attack, because he was alone there for a little while. Thankfully for him, the chaotic bounce out meant that the defense could get back. But one thing I have always questioned with Evil Geniuses is what's their mindset like under pressure? These were one of the teams that had the ability to make it to the major, but underperformed when it really mattered. So, you know, obviously this hasn't got the same scope that making the major does, but are they a team that struggles to close it out? You know, that's always going to be a question with nearly at the top team, you know, like Evil Geniuses are.
And it is something that everyone in Europe has been criticized for, mostly because BDS last season did break the mold where we did have finally a consistent top team. First one that we've had in a very, very long time. But finding that level of consistency in this game is unbelievably difficult. We've asked the same question for so long, even since season 2. Hey, all right, as a player, what do you want to improve? Oh, consistency. It's never changed beyond that answer. And there's a reason for it. It's because this game is unreally difficult to string good results together on, and that's what you got to do if you want to represent Europe in that top 5 shot set. Not going to wrong foot Catalysm at all. Good boost steal though. This has been solid control of the field. Maybe need to try and find some sort of challenge. Not going to happen for Archie. Nobody on the far side. Rizex steals some boost of his own. And now some demos. This is where EG have been doing good work. 2-on-1. And Rizex can't find the flick out, but Catalysm can find the net.
I love this from Rizex. We've seen this over and over again from him. Obviously, Ivan getting the first bump, but that recognition that going for the outplay doesn't need to be his job. He can just rotate out, potentially get a bump, force the ball to be hit back to his teammates, and then they clean up behind. Clever usage of the rotation out there by Rizex. 1-1 the scoreline, and I think what we're seeing here is Evil Geniuses taking back that control. Semper just need to work together as a unit a bit more. That's what we saw out of them in the full major that was so good, is the way they work together. And right now they're working in isolation, and it's not stringing together to any kind of damage in the Evil Geniuses defense. What do you want to see a bit more from Semper here, Shogi?
5 or 6 more goals would probably go quite a distance for me, especially
that one.
I want to be right. Oh, there's nothing wrong about that from Cassio. What a hit, bottom corner.
Oh, speaking of working alone, Cassio off the sidewall to himself, manages to read it better than his opponent, sends it onto the net, and that's what Cassio does best. He's fast at his intercepts, fast to disrupt the play, and on this occasion finds a gap towards the net. Plenty of time left though for Evil Geniuses. Also, I want to give a shout out to their team stream. You know who's commentating over there, Shogun? Have you seen who's in
you didn't go rhetorical with that question. You know what? I do know, Gregan. I knew from the very moment that you asked that question that the people on that was Pashi.
It's Pashi. Yeah, there we go.
Pashi.
Yeah, a veteran of the scene.
Veteran Pashi.
Yeah, used to be one of my players back in the day at Team Vitality. Season 2 finalists at the World Championship. He's there commentating. So if you want to go check that out, I don't know if he's doing it in German or in English, but if you're an Evil Geniuses fan or a Pashi fan, definitely go over there and say hello.
You know, I really like that, considering Pashi was, you know, Germany's last big throw of the dice towards being, you know, a top nationality for Rocket League. The fact that he's now getting to roll. Okay, good save, Ivan. But broadcast, you know, maybe the next big push for Germany to really take themselves a big championship. I think that's quite fitting.
Yeah, Germany's been a nation that's always been just on the edge of breaking through.
They should have more than they do. They really should. I mean, the fact that imagine speaking to people, you know, maybe a year or two of this game's lifespan. Actually, give me a moment. Catalysm off the backboard. Who's got support? Ivan almost getting in. But if you told people the first 2 years into RL Esports that Spain would not only have taken over Germany, but easily surpassed them, nobody would have believed you.
Yeah, when you talk about a video game that has both... Whoa, Catalysm! Crossbar down, in off the save of the keeper. What a shot from him, really testing the goal line defense. And you can see Shazette and Cassio out of position due to disruption play from Rizex. What a way to send it to what we're assuming is going to be overtime here. 2-2 the scoreline.
And Rizex just seems so horrible to play against. He's always around.
But
what I do love about it is I've seen players that would go for this play style, and then you look from a teammate's POV and you realize, oh wait, this is just as annoying to play with because now you don't know when to go in. Rizex is not overstaying his welcome. He's good at getting out. He's good at just taking what he needs, getting back out and giving the advantage to his team rather than wasting the advantage with him still in position.
Yeah, we've seen him take control of the ball and do the same thing there too whilst being upfield, which is great. Providing that threat, and it does create a little bit of panic in the defense because you just don't know whether he's going to be going for the ball, whether he's going to be going for the bump or the boost steal, whatever it is. So you're always going to be second guessing what's Rizek's intention in my half right now. As we go into overtime here, will they get the sweep or will SMPR be able to take it to a game 4?
Oh, Ivan didn't find the contact, but Catalysm pops the ball up. Shot was called off and almost turned into the sweep securing goal. Catalysm gets a good challenge. Rizex also pops the ball to the far side. Back into the midfield. Ivan, we have Rizex on the far side to help him out. That's going to go over to him. Good first touch, one that you can follow. Nobody wanted to come and challenge. With Rizex, that's a very dangerous thing to do because very easily could outplay you or just wipe your car off the field entirely.
You just see the Rizex way of outplaying there. Rather than trying to do anything off the wall, he just catches it, goes down to the ground and looks to follow through past his touch, see if he can get a bump. And the worst thing that can happen there is the ball 50-50s out into your own half. And lo and behold, your teammates are in your own half, so you're just going to retain possession. So it's a very smart game plan from Evil Geniuses there, as they seem to be in control so far in this overtime. But Shazette with an opportunity in front of net, not quite going in his favor. And we'll see a back and forth approach. Neither team really getting too close to the goal line right here.
Archie willing to take Rizex on. Rizex
there he
very
is.
Happy to make him regret that. Catalysm already up.
Oh,
off the backboard. What a
Catalysm.
double tap. And Archie recovers off the demo. He's on the backboard, ready and waiting.
All 3 players required there from SMPR to swat that play away. Catalysm so threatening on the ball. As we see 2 minutes of overtime now. SMPR, I think, most likely are going to get a counter-attack goal against this Evil Geniuses team. I don't really see them finding a way to break them down. I'll be happily proven wrong, but it does seem to be Evil Geniuses in control as...
Welcome to the RLCS broadcast, Gregan.
I mean, it was an overcommit. Look. It was an overcommit, right? That was an overcommit. Come on.
You're not
Come on,
allowed to be right about these things, okay?
That was definitely an overcommit right there. Right? Right, well, that was an overcommit, right?
Listen, we never stop believing. We never stop believing in the dream. You'd love to see it. You'd love to see it. Did you guys expect that to be the finish?
No.
No?
No. From the positioning that I had seen from Evil Geniuses, I didn't think they would just leave it like that. I mean, not let alone leave the goal like that, but set the ball up in a position where it can be struck that cleanly. So maybe the first time that I've looked at Evil Geniuses play and go, all right, I don't really know what you were really trying to do.
You feel like this was kind of a lucky win, Shogun?
I mean, luck would imply that, Semper didn't at least work for it, but the majority of the work was kind of done by EG. In that situation.
One big decision made wrong, which then turned into a goal against from a good challenge play. And that's what Semper play off. They play off of mistakes.
Orb, you are here to tell me that Na'Vi are winning, right?
Please? Boy. You guys want to jump into the next game or?
Oh, no.
No, as it's looking, yes, K-Corp did beat Na'Vi 3-0, which is super unfortunate. Queso also swept Rix. And I think William Resolve, potentially, it's still 0-0, 50 seconds remaining on their potential third win. That could be the third sweep. So I don't know what's happening in this round, but teams are getting swept. I don't know. Are they losing focus, you think? Is that it?
Potentially. I mean, we have got BDS and Queso secured in their #1 spots in their group. So I think it can be quite tricky once you're out of contention for the #1 spot in those groups to really push. Because the difference between second and third in this format isn't a huge difference. So unless you're fighting to stay in the tournament, focus can definitely go. And the 3 series in, these guys are probably getting a bit tired now because it is pretty intense to play 3 series and then know you've got to play more afterwards.
Yeah, that's maybe the bit is like knowing that other people are taking the time off because, 3 series was the minimum when we were under the Swiss. Obviously now, still 3 series the minimum, but you could be up to 4. At least you have to do that 5th one because some teams really fell off by the time we got to the 5th. As a quick shout as well, elsewhere, we've got Endpoint against Team Vitality. 2 each between them. If Endpoint can take the win there, they will also grab a #1 seed. But that is game 5, so be sure to check out either the Endpoint stream or the Team Vitality stream. Both of their own languages. There's what a save is happening over there. So go and take a look as I refocus myself now over on this series as EG trying to resettle after losing that previous game. First time that they've really taken their eye off the ball. Go Chaussette. Has he got a challenge? No, he says to wait for it. That was actually very well played by Chaussette, but even better play from Ivan.
Yeah, both these teams are very good at giving up on the play. They know when to stop trying and let someone else come in. And you can see very, very comfortably letting the ball get hit backwards behind them. But on this occasion, Chaussette was not very comfortable letting that ball be put behind him. Ivan turning unexpectedly. Chaussette found a little bit too close to the play and well struck there by Ivan. And even if Chaussette was in a good position to make the save, Rizix was there to make sure he wouldn't.
Yeah, just a complete misread from Chaussette regarding how the play was developing.
Left alone for a while, to be fair, as well. When you look back at it,
he was, but I popped onto his positioning. He just sort of went loitering. It was just one of those. Land. Yeah, very much. Like, I'm on the halfway line, or I'm on my final third. I kind of feel like just going forwards. And yeah, it was not the time to do it. Definitely could have been under pressure, but would have given himself more of a chance. Cassio, has he got any support with him? Yes, he does. There's Chaussette. What a way to make up for it.
Cassio doing what he does best. Fast to the ball. Hard to read, stays grounded the whole way. The last moment adjusts that touch to the middle so Chaussette can beat the goal line defender. And that's a great breakaway goal. Cassio's always turning up through the midfield, ready to play off of a clear and take that midfield player out. One of the classic Semper plays as we see the Catalysm fake into a bump. Genius decision-making here from Evil Geniuses.
All right, well, we're going to add communication to the list of phenomenal Evil Geniuses skills. What a play that is. Calism leaves it for him, gets the shout, takes the keeper, and retakes the lead for EG.
Great comeback there. Off the kickoff. Like, kickoff goals come in all shapes and sizes. Some of them seem very easy. Some of them look like they've been worked for. Ones like that, you think, now that is just good outplay after the kickoff. Yes, you had the advantage. Yes, you could have maybe done something different, but at the end of the day, that was unpredictable And at any moment during the game would have been a fantastic choice. And that puts Evil Geniuses 1 goal up now. SMPR is certainly getting back into form here. And we asked earlier on in this series, is it going to be a perfect sweep? Now, if you'd said that, you'd think we were crazy.
Yeah, SMPR have figured this out quite a bit. Whether or not they've already done too much damage to themselves by not getting this sorted in the first 10 minutes is yet to be seen. Half the game left to go in game 4, and a RizX 10 boost. What can he do with it? Reset top corner!
Wow. Just look at that counterattack from RizX up the wall. I mean, he could have Fetalix jumped off the side there. Well, hopefully we'll see that in the future.
Leave it to you to find something wrong with it. 10 boost flip reset play to the top corner.
I mean, he could have used the new mechanic discovered a few weeks ago, but in that situation, he did what he knows best. He did what he's comfortable with, and that's a lovely flip reset. Like you said, only 10 boost sends it to the far top corner, and that is a gap forming now for Evil Geniuses. 2 goals up.
I came into this saying, Catalysm was the one that wants to make a name for himself. RizX has been on a whole nother level throughout this series. And it has been phenomenal to see. But now they're up against the offense of Archie. Chaussette ducks the ball underneath. Castillo, he's waiting for his moment. The moment didn't come to him. Over 1 minute and 30 left here. Catalysm wants to follow, doesn't get anything for it, but a boost missed from Castillo does make this play significantly harder to pull off. RizX, all right, RizX, 10 boost, I can make, some sort of okay for. That was 0 boost, and you were still jumping for it. Oh, that's off the backboard. Opportunity, and Chaussette missed
not good
it.
enough. Chaussette, that's just not good enough there. You need to be finishing those ones, and that could be the game decider right there, because that would have been the start of the comeback for him. And it's things like that as well. You start to wonder, is that going to affect their mentality? We've had questions around teamwork for these guys. They look the best they've ever looked at the full major, partly due to being able to look left and right and see your teammates. But when you're online and when you see mistakes like that, is that when we're going to start seeing Archie go chase mode and start trying to carry this team? Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. He's a fantastic player.
I think at this point, you might as well try for it. You got 50 seconds, you need 2 goals. I want to see Archie go full carry mode.
Maybe that's what's needed, is Cassio and Chaussette looking a little bit floppy on the goal line. But Evil Geniuses will be happy to sit on this 2-goal lead and just keep that ball in the opposition half. Waste lots of time. This is going to be another great chance to waste time here for RizX. As Archie's trying to be disruptive. Ball middle, Cassio back in. This is getting tougher by the second.
And even with those attempted goal line demos not coming through, 0 boost for either. Is this just the Evil Geniuses play? As actually Castillo might be able to try and set up. Didn't get to it quick enough. Pops out very awkwardly. Archie under the goalkeeper and narrowly finds the goal that would have given them a chance. Instead, the ball's over to the other side of the field. That should do it. And Evil Geniuses have taken down SMPR.
This means a lot for this group, as Evil Geniuses now 2-1, as well as SMPR and Williams Resolve, I believe. So we're going to see a 3-way tiebreaker there. SMPR needed to win that to cleanly get into that #1 spot from Group C. So Group C really mixed it up now.
This is not... coming over to you, because you asked the lads earlier on, which is the group that they expect to be the toughest. Did anybody mention Group C?
No, I believe Cole said B and Stumpy said Group D.
And I think those were reasonable takes. Group C.